Hey there, my name is Jeff Boyle. I'm a real estate agent with Keller Williams in Southwest Ohio. And today I want to talk to you about concrete floors in a finished home. So we run into this a lot of times in basements. Sometimes someone will finish a garage and turn into a finished space. And they finish everything but the floor, and they either paint the floor, they can put like a epoxy finish on the floor, they can put like a resin finish on the floor. If it is not treated or sealed or painted or have a resin on it, I'm going to tell you, you're probably going to run into an issue, and the appraiser probably is not going to count that concrete floor. However, there are some guidelines you have to follow. So I'm going to go through those guidelines with you. If you have any questions about a concrete floor area in your area, just let us know, or in your home, just let us know. We'll be glad to take a look at it and tell you if we think it's going to be an issue or not and how you can address it. So here are kind of the guidelines that they have to follow. Is the area accessible from the interior of your home? That's guideline number one, right? The second one is, does it have a permanent and sufficient heat source? It's got to be heated or it's not going to count as square footage. And then the third one is, was it built in keeping with the design and the quality of construction of the rest of the house? Kind of got to match the rest of the house in design and quality of construction. Those are the three main guidelines that they're going to look at when they look at a space that has a concrete floor and it's finished, and whether or not they're going to count that as finished square footage in the house, right? So the other thing that they're going to do is they are going to look at the market area and look and see if that is something that's common in that market area. If they see that a lot, it's going to be a lot easier for them to count square footage. If it's very uncommon for that to happen, they're probably not going to count it, okay? So when you look at all of these things, all these guidelines they got to follow, all these variables that go into place when they're trying to make this decision, in the end, what it comes down to is, outside of those first three guidelines, and even those first three, they're kind of subjective, is that the appraiser's decision on whether or not they're going to count the square footage of the area with a concrete floor is subjective. It's up to each appraiser. You might have two or three different appraisers come in, and you're going to get two or three different decisions on how much they're going to count it, whether they are or are not going to count it. You also have to take into consideration whether it's a VA loan, an FHA loan, or conventional loan. With a conventional loan, you're going to run into a lot less issues than the other two. So keep all of that in mind. If you have any areas in your house that have a concrete floor and you're wondering if those would count towards finished square footage, let us know. We'd be glad to take a look at them and tell you what we think and how you can address it one way or the other. Again, my name is Jeff Boyle. I'm a real estate agent in Southwestern Ohio. And today we talked about whether or not concrete floors will count as finished square footage in your house.